Action.
Why? Okay.
Serious clap.
Welcome back to another episode. What's good, people? Four Guys Go Off the Rails is back. Let's do quick intro so that we can get into
We're
it.
going to start right. This is the first time I feel like a toddler on the
Bro, my
ground.
legs are touching feet. Happy feet.
That's why you fold your legs like
Even
this.
Shala's leg will not reach the
The
floor.
Shola's leg will, if you
No,
try.
because the knee is here. This is the hinge.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Unless you're on a second knee here, then
Is this a full anatomy class?
Bruh.
Love it.
Jinx.
All right, let's start. Shola, let's start with the intro.
Hi guys, my name is Shola the African Giant Stag.
Shola, show them the brand now. Come
on. He's like, what
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, we're getting incorporated. Sometimes
merch is coming.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry. Watch this space. Watch
I have
this.
some jackets that says Stag.
I not
inside.
promise anything. No.
Watch this space.
So watch out.
I'll find out. It's Ayo, aka Alade the Hunter.
What you saying, my people? Jeffrey, no AKA today.
It's your boy, Ovio, no relation.
Is it lie you? Definition.
It's okay. Don't worry. They won't get it.
I
They won't
plead
get
the
it.
fifth.
They won't get it.
Nah, it's been. Welcome back. First of all, let me say that to everybody. I feel like
Happy New
you guys
Year.
might not know like based on like timeline how everything is dropping, but
Yeah.
we're just back from the new year. Some of our gentlemen traveled out of the country.
Yeah, we crossed the ocean.
You know,
Don't ask me which one. I
other
don't know.
gentlemen also traveled out of the country, but not for Christmas. So that for the locks. However, you know, welcome back to everybody. I think I want to start today by just asking, just in general, how's everybody doing? Like, how's everybody doing? How's your week? How's your year been? How you guys doing?
Year's okay. Nothing really. Nothing exciting. Nothing that is. Your
Nothing
business.
life-changing.
Yeah.
Why must
Yeah.
men lie?
Nothing
Yeah.
life-changing is happening.
Yeah.
Ask him next week again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week we'll see. And I like how if I was watching this, I would hate this. I would hate like why would you even say it if you're not going to tell us?
Right.
All right, that's all.
How's work?
Work is okay. It's not terribly exciting, but they're putting me on more meetings.
More
I hate it when they
responsibility.
do that. I hate it when they
Friday,
I'll let you
they
finish.
put a standing Friday meeting on my calendar.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I was so mad because Friday is the day I usually don't come to the office.
Oh, so you have to be in person for that one or what?
No, but because
You know on Friday.
Okay.
yeah. So it's
Are you
like
afraid that your employers might be watching us, please?
I mean they're
I
always,
really hope
you have to
You
assume
never
they're
really know
always
at this
watching.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like usually Fridays day I like to focus and put my head down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Well
so now
said.
I have to like break my flow.
You would rather spend you'd rather spend that day deep diving and like
Preparing
focusing.
for next week. But when you
Yeah.
put a meeting there, I can't.
Yeah,
You know.
interrupt.
I'm with
So,
you. I'm with you. Yeah,
Be
makes
like
sense.
that though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, me, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like you, they made me actually work for my salary this week. Like, okay, but they didn't make me. I set my own schedule, but man, I worked this week. Man, I was on the road. I went Austin, then San Antonio, then had to drive back almost 5 hours to make it in time for my second job, which is not really a job, but my hosting stuff. So then,
yeah.
man, and then Friday I actually worked. And I have a standing meeting. I've always had one every Friday, our team meeting, because we're all remote. Then after that, I actually walked. So I was really pissed off. I was like, why am I walking? But anyways, besides that, no, I'm good. Life is good. No complaints. Started some DIY home improvement projects. So stay tuned for how that goes. Hopefully I don't break my house down, but we'll see.
Well, insurance.
Go! Sorry to
I'm
interrupt.
dead. We actually scored.
We scored though.
That's great. I love this life, man.
We scored. Wow. Crazy.
To
Oh, yeah.
have the capacity to be
Oh,
able
Ajayi
to
scored, nigga.
be upset that
Not
Like, you're
penalty.
actually making you do the job. you're
Not
paying
penalty.
salary for.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's a
I
blessing. though.
promise
I
you.
cannot lie.
Yeah.
I cannot lie. It's a blessing.
But yeah, before you guys are confused, today is what's it?
Nigeria.
January 27. Nigeria is playing AFCON.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
Cameroon.
wearing our jersey.
Just in case we lose. What's this fine?
Let me shut up.
It's early.
Jeff, is your turn.
Yeah, but you're supposed to support in victory and in defeat. So,
That's true.
Bruh.
Jeffrey.
I'm okay. I'm very happy.
Of course,
The
you are.
year, the year has come with a lot of realizations, and I see myself in certain spaces. But I'm grateful. I'm happy. I have my brother with me. He's out here.
Yeah,
Gang,
welcome.
gang.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the
Behind the
scenes,
scenes,
so-
by the way. But like, life's been good. Work has been. Work is work. Let me put it that way. Work is work. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I can't complain. Thank God.
That's good, man. That's good. It's been an interesting year. I won't lie. This year has been very, very interesting for me. First of all, I want to just like give a shout out to Baba God, because I feel like just not even just me. I feel like recently I've heard a lot of like good news from people around me. I've gotten some good news myself. So I'm kind of just thankful to God. God's really come through for us.
True.
And my brothers are eating. My brothers are happy. So we thank God. It's just up from here.
Amen.
So it's been a wonderful year so far. It will continue to be one. It's been a
Getting
great.
better and better and better.
Actually, mad we're still in January though. Does
Nigga.
anyone else feel that way?
It's 5 weeks.
Guy, it's not. Guys, no. Somebody asked on Twitter. They said, "How many months are in this
January,
month?"
bro.
And it made so much sense to me.
it
Someone was
feels
like, "Do you realize that next week is still January?"
Bro, until like Wednesday.
Thursday, bro.
Like, how many months are really in this month? Right?
Yo,
I was just saying it. I was
it's
like,
December.
These are the things that like you think about when you plan
Hey,
it to
yo.
December. To be honest, but
okay, we'll get to that to December. We'll get.
But
to
no,
that
it's
to December.
been real, man. It's been real. I think. So I was talking to a therapist this week, and talking about a bunch of things, and I realized that like for my entire stay in this
America.
my fight or flight
Has never off.
is not. It's like you come in,
It's constantly-
you're worried about like school F1, and then you're worried about getting
H1B
job for
job.
OPT. Then from OPT, you're worried about getting
yeah.
job for H1B.
yeah.
Then you're looking for
No,
a
as
green
you
card.
even get, you still have to do that one to stamp OPT extension.
exactly.
Extension, yeah.
But like you're constantly looking for like, I need to secure
The
my
next
stay
thing.
here. You're looking for a green card. You look for how to process this, how to
Job,
process that.
work.
And like, I realized that like I've never been able to
I appreciate how far
just
it's come.
enjoy my time,
Yeah.
because it's always like
Yeah.
you're always worried about like what, like how
exactly.
to
Like,
resolve the
yeah.
situation.
Your existence is always threatened.
And yeah, exactly. And like there's a lot of anxiety that comes from that. And because of that anxiety, I've learned that a lot of that you can lash out a lot of the time at like random things that like are usually
Really
inconsequential.
minor.
But it's because you're consistently on edge.
yeah.
So I think realizing that just gave me like the need to just sit down and be like, man, I feel like I've been fighting. Like it's real PTSD, man. I feel like I've
for
been
real.
fighting for so long. So now I can just like chill. Maybe not like I'm not there yet, but like I want to like make conscious effort to just be like,
Efforts.
Yeah, let me actually
Let's
just
breathe.
stop
Let's
and smell
breathe
the
for a
roses,
minute.
as they say.
You know,
Yeah, I
that
hear
was
you,
That
man.
was it for me,
minute.
2022. I feel like 2022, get a job, you start making money. Now you're making money, but OPT extension.
Did we do the black tax episode?
No, I don't think we've done
No, I don't
that
think
one.
we've done
That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this ties into that
Ties
too.
into it. But then one
Yeah.
day I deep it was like you're always pushing the finish line. You're always pushing the goalpost. Like take a point in time and leave in the moment. There was a point in time whereby like 6 figures seems like
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
like things. I mean, in America, like Mercedes driving
Yeah.
cars, buying watches, and it's like
Have you seen your W2? Yeah. I saw my W2.
it's not me you pay this money. It's not me.
This money goes to
I looked at it and said, what?
no. When you look at the meter, you put your account side by side. It's not
you'll be
the
like-
math is not massive.
Bruh.
I was shocked.
Because you
I said,
never,
let me pay my credit card.
You're like, insurance. Do I need this?
Bro,
Yo.
bro, no,
understand,
that thing killed me,
And
man.
I think
I think the three of you would understand this. Jeffrey, do you remember a time in this America when we wanted to go somewhere? We first had to figure out who would come and pick us.
Bruh. Ayo.
And it was Ayo. That's why I said who would first come and pick us before we could go anywhere.
Oh my days, bruh. Yo,
and like, to be able to
Nah, I'm
do the things that
grateful.
we can do now, to be able to drive the cars that we drive now, like
man.
we've come a long way, but you never get the chance
You know
to.
the funniest part? I was deep in it, right? Gabby, they turn up that time, oh.
What else we do?
Regular.
How? We have to forget
Because that's what you have.
now.
No, because
no,
somehow.
There was
because
a time in this America when I was making maybe like a quarter of what I'm making now. I was still going to the club weekend to weekend.
Yeah.
How was I doing that and paying rent?
Bro, wait,
Yeah,
let me know.
because-
Wait, after hours, every other day.
This is the
Bro.
question. When's the last time you wanted to eat and you couldn't just immediately do that shit? This difference.
Yeah.
Then you eat ramen. You eat ramen with bread.
That bread and the
You
chop.
know, you eat it.
Honestly, I didn't have ramen. I never really liked ramen,
Bro,
honestly.
I was actually like normally like now, when I would go to a bar, I ain't train drunk. Right?
Pre-game.
I'm not buying anything.
Like,
I have pre-games, I'm getting drunk, bro.
Before I go, so by the time I get there, I'll burn it, I'll dance it up. Now, I'll go there.
You burn out
Bye.
the
I'll
balls.
go there and
I'll be
I will
buying
now buy
hey,
beef for two. Average
Yo.
$100 if I just go
it's
for a
actually-
casual
it's
night.
actually-
Nah,
I
assuming
know-
there's no covers to get in.
Bro, you don't even understand how crazy it
So
was. Like, guy, we used to do this thing and get section and
Bro, I don't know.
done. How are we doing it?
You
How?
call me now for sex, I'm like, nah, I'm in Austin.
You don't get it? Forget it.
Hey, yo, nigga.
Nah,
mad.
Life is funny like that.
it's so crazy, man. But I think the main thing is just realizing that, man, problems still deal, but like,
Yeah.
I've come a long way, and I haven't taken 5 minutes to just breathe.
I appreciate
it.
Like,
yeah.
oh,
Like,
I've tried.
if you think about it, this year, the last year for me in America, I was thinking about it because inflation, everybody's panicking, and I was like, me and the guy that works with me, that sits beside me, that we know, we're deep in it because we're like, we got this nice job, and I'm like, things are hard though. But this is the best year of my life. This is the best year. This is the best year of my life.
Last year,
Last year was
Last
the best
year,
year of my
yeah.
life.
So far.
worst year of my life.
Bruh.
So,
If I see 2023 on the road,
If I see 2023 from August.
if I see.
Hey, yo.
No, last year was, but it's crazy because this year started. If I tell you how to say, this year started with me renewing my driver's license. And if you don't understand, you don't understand. But if you
Oh,
understand,
man. I'm so happy
If
that
if you
I did.
understand,
There was a period I went to renew my driver's license. I think 4 times in like in a matter of months, because like
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
documentation.
yeah, they would
Yeah,
always
because
give me like
changing-
3 months. Imagine. Somebody says, "Are you collecting driver?" I said, "No, you think I want to go there? What do you mean?" I have so many
Bruh.
pictures.
Bruh, there was
But
a
one thing
time-
I didn't stop doing was smiling for those pictures. I smiled for all of them.
Right,
have
Vegas,
to.
DMV. Yeah, that was the time I was flying. I flew like 3 times to DC. Remember I got my license in
Yeah.
DC? I flew the first time. They said I have to make an appointment. I came back. I flew the second time. They asked me for I-797. I didn't even know what that was. Notice of
I think I know that one.
yeah, it's the.
Because they wanted to be sure the EAD
Yeah.
wasn't fake. I said the EAD is in my hand.
it's right
It's
there.
They said they want to be sure it's not.
So it's the
fake.
letter. Bro, what's easier to forge? An EAD card or a letter?
Bro, I
On
went, I
A4
went to
paper.
DC 3 times. I remember. When I came back, I went to Texas.
Texas. God dear, Texas.
I went to Texas to change.
Immediately.
Yo, no. They will frustrate you in this country. And every time is limited term. I went to buy alcohol one time. Billy said, this year, I said,
Some of them don't even know
Why
what
does this
They
happen?
don't even understand what we're going through.
Like that's not your business. It's not my age. You're supposed to check.
bro, let me bust your head. You remember how if your OPT expires and you apply for a new one, you have automatic 6-month extension?
Yeah.
So I went to buy liquor and it expired.
You give them a paper.
I gave them my license. And like, sir, it's expired. I was like, no, I have 6 months. And I kept quiet. I just went home. Yo, I feel like crying.
Oh my God. That's funny, man.
No, but that shit is nonsense because
Bro.
the whole point is just to check that you're over the age limit.
Bro, like, why does
Like,
it
if you
matter?
can see my age.
Why does it matter? My
You
age
can't
didn't
even
change.
fly with your expired driver's
can.
license.
I've
So why
done
can
it.
I not buy
You
a
can.
So why does my age change? Because like, would they verify my age when I go? Get out of it.
Doesn't make any.
But when I
fucking
saw that
sense.
10 years on my current one like this, I wanted to drop. You know when you drop on your knees, you have to this guy.
Yeah, for the next 10
But
years,
you
you
know
know,
what
come
past
back.
that?
Yeah.
When you now have that 10
feeling.
years, do you know what they now do? They now put the expiry on your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like night show. Yeah, it's
No,
standard.
why? Think
It's
about
nice
it this
like
way.
that, though.
No, but why? Why are you making me come on the one day I was
So you
supposed
have
to
to do it
celebrate?
before your birthday. You can do it before your
You can
birthday.
do
You
it
can't, but
90
2
days,
years.
so
I think
yeah.
2 years.
Okay, because
Yeah.
because I'll vex if
You
I have to
don't-
go
you don't have to
for my
wait till
birthday.
Yeah, imagine thinking that like this is how I'm going to spend my birthday.
Bro, like
No.
Arguing with people in DMV and
No,
Fact.
once you're in this status, they give you 10 years. You get respect. When you go there, they don't suspect you.
yeah.
guy, conversations go out the windows all of a sudden. Like you just not.
Bro, when-
Some of the stupid conversations you have when you are in the position that it's just like, God, what am I doing? What are these nonsense questions you're asking?
Yeah.
Bruh. Can I see your document? Can I see this one? Can I see that
I
one?
see
Bro,
I-20
I said
this and
I7,
that.
I didn't even know what that was.
Do you know what's much? That i797P, right? So when I was going to Nige, and we'll talk about is this episode or maybe next
Night,
time.
like two.
Just
this one?
Yeah, so
Okay.
obviously I have my i797 because
Why?
it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
I've already applied for the removal of condition, but they gave me 48 months. That just tells me that guy just pack.
Yeah,
We'll get
calm
to
down.
you.
Yeah, we'll get to you eventually.
Which is 4 years. I'm like, that's my. But anyways, that's beside the point. So before leaving, of course, I made sure, okay, this is what I need to come back to the country, right? He's like, yes. I was going to ask my lawyer, like, just to triple check, but I didn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure. Went to Niger. The morning of my flight, I packed up and I'm like, okay, let me. You know how you do now?
Yeah,
Check my documents,
documentation.
check my passport. Even though I know it's not expired, check my
Like,
passport.
bro.
Check everything. And I brought out my i797 for the first time and I was now reading it. The thing now, this is what I read. It said, if you are leaving the country, make sure to apply for a re-entry permit at least 30 days before your trip. That's what I read. No. Guy, I called my brother. I said, come. I'm finished. I'm finished. And they're not going to let me back. I was like, yeah.
This guy doesn't want to stay home.
And I read it again. He said, if you are leaving the country for more than 30 days,
yeah, there's a caveat
I
to
don't
it.
know, even 6 months or something like that. Mitch,
Yeah, if you're more than you can lose your status in
Yeah,
6 months.
yeah. So that's what
right.
Bro, I almost lost my brain. Though. This was like 6 a.m. Oh, God. I almost... After I read it, I was hugging my brother. I said, guy.
I'll
But
bet.
that thing is
I
annoying.
also
man.
think it's so stressful.
Bruh.
It's so stressful because there's a lot of like legalese around like immigration that you don't know and you need to know.
Yeah, we can do a clinic.
You need to-
If
however-
if you're interested, DM us.
however,
we can advise you.
I want to say, heads
we
up,
make
where
it.
is Ife?
You say,
Heads up, me and Ife are working to plug that gap soon. Just watch this piece.
Okay, so okay, you're already. See, that's,
So, like,
brothers are going to eat.
Use up the
Don't say we didn't do
man.
anything for you.
Because like this period, I realized like all the things I did not know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
You learn.
yeah, no, I was saying that like there's a lot of
Something's
like
coming.
no, now you're
unknown-
talking to the guy
Yeah.
behind the camera. You get me?
If you're a loyal listener, you know that we said this was
The
coming one
shooter
day.
in the house.
I was speaking things into existence.
Existence.
But yeah, I was telling them that like there's a lot of unknown around like immigration when you're international, whether it's like around jobs or even just knowing. But like
Yeah, a lot of people don't
watch
know
this
stuff,
space. If you and I are working to plug that gap soon,
Just coming.
just watch this
So
space
wait,
coming soon.
when you arrived, how did it work for you with your document? You
I just go straight to the citizen slash.
and they let you just go afterwards.
So I just give them the kidney
Did
and
they
then
stop the
I.
passport?
No.
You went somewhere else?
No, they didn't. No. I just give them the green card and then the letter.
Oh, okay.
And then they took my picture.
But that was nice though, like, cause 2022, I had to use Visit Online. I do have my I-20.
Right, yeah.
But last year or this year when
You have a file.
I came back, I was like, see, I have this. I'm like, oh, use the visitor site. I said, no, sorry, use the permanent resident. Are you sure? Oh my God.
Yo,
So the problem now is when I got there, because it's DP, advanced parole, right? I showed them the document. The guy just said something. You have to go to your room. Room. I'm like, me, why?
Why you?
I got to the room. Nobody told me anything. No, just sit down. That was the longest 10 minutes of my life. I just did sweat. Say, sir, next. Okay, welcome back to the United States. How was your trip? Oh, I see.
Yeah, it just exist to them now. It's nice. It's nice.
It's nice, but nobody told me anything.
You fly to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I hate.
You know what
never
that
do
is?
that again, bro.
That's the same fight or flight. Because the only reason
Yeah.
you're panicking is because you're used to
You
panicking.
knew all your. That's what happened to me.
Bruh.
I knew my shit was good.
Yeah, but you
Same
don't
thing,
know.
you knew your shit was
You
good.
don't know when they'll target you.
We've been through so much that it's like, man, anything can happen. And
Nigga,
like,
before they change your mind.
Yeah.
guy,
Even-
this week I've been consistently on edge about like sorting out certain things. I'm just like, I should be celebrating like this is good news, but like finalizing everything or like putting everything, I'm just worried that like something can go wrong.
God.
And it's just like,
Our village people.
I'm just like, this is not.
They will not prevail.
This is not normal. Like
Amen.
normal people don't experience good news like this.
Yeah.
Like with worry and fear. It got to be to this week. I realized that I have lived a consistent life of panicking since I moved to this US. And at some point, man, I have to find a way to stop and just enjoy my life.
True.
Be like, okay, breathe.
I'm sure you're taking this step. You say you were talking to a therapist, so
I have
that's
to.
step
Can you
one.
smell that?
Smells like something is cooking.
If I left us to go and eat.
Nonsense.
People are chatting your own shit upstairs.
Okay, do you want to hear the story I have for you for this episode?
Okay.
All right, listen up. This is a good one. I left my wife to spend Christmas by herself.
I feel like I've heard this one.
You have? Okay. Have you heard it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not right.
Let me tell you the story. Me and my wife are newly married. It's
Yeah, I've
been
heard this one
about
before.
3
I've heard
months
this one
since the wedding. We are both 24 and have been together since we were 15. With the help of family and friends, we were able to save for our wedding and her dream honeymoon. She's always wanted to visit Mauritius, so I took a second job as an Uber delivery driver in the city to save the thousands of pounds we needed to pay for the 2-week all-inclusive holiday. We had a winter wedding, so our honeymoon was planned for Christmas. So they were going on for the honeymoon on Christmas, so that they would spend their first Christmas together as newlyweds, right? When traveling, I like to get to the airport at least 3 hours before my flight just to be safe. When we got to the check-in desk, they would not let my wife travel because her passport expires in 4 months, of which I kept telling her to renew her passport months prior, and she did not listen. So, after a lot of back and forth,
I know where this is going.
I told her I'm going to Mauritius. as I could not let the honeymoon and all the money I worked hard for go to waste. She and all her family are still mad at me, and they are saying, as a husband, I should have stayed and celebrated our first Christmas together, but I've refused to apologize. So, is he wrong?
Is he sending this from Mauritius?
He went to Mauritius by himself.
By himself.
Her dream.
All inclusive.
He had dream.
Mind you, he left at the airport too. It wasn't
This is the
it wasn't like he took her home.
No,
booked
maybe he
another
called one
flight.
of his Uber colleagues to pick up.
You know, like he made sure she was safe. He took another flight maybe the next day.
Hey,
The guy
yo.
said, I'm going. What
He's
you gonna do?
gone.
What do you think?
Wait.
is this thing is your fault. She fucked up.
Yeah,
He should have renewed the passport for her, right? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe
Wait, who fucked up?
No.
She did.
she did.
Oh yeah, come
She
on,
had
yeah.
But he has lost the war. You have lost the war by.
Yeah. You won the battle and
Like,
lost
what
it.
is it worth? Yeah, right?
Why
Yeah.
did you go? You
Like a
can't go.
short-term victory.
To be honest, I see where it's coming from.
I do. Me?
He took up
We all see where it's
extra.
coming from.
Trust me, I do.
She's wrong.
We all, no,
So you won't go.
How will I go? Yeah, I'll go.
you say what?
I'll go. I'll not go. Yeah, I'll go. I'll come back.
I won't go.
I'll be like, well, as I'm going, I'm single.
I want to what is the best? Because it's
You know,
like,
like they're coming back to divorce
okay, so
procedure.
they've been together for 11 years. Since they were 15 and
So
So he knows that. He knows how this is how she used to do.
I'm going.
I want
Alright,
let
you
me
put it that
let
way.
me say
You
this.
put it that
I
way.
think- I think they are both at fault. And I say this as sad and as it's such a struggle for me to admit it, but like he's also at fault. He's been very rational. The problem is you have been with this woman for about
Yeah,
for what, like 9 years. You should know that like she doesn't hear what by now. You should have renewed the passport
For her.
You should have renewed the passport for her. You
Is
should
that
have-
possible?
No, but you'll be like this. You can go and online.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
give me the
so-
passport, go and put the thing,
Put the
set
passport
Yeah.
number, click it.
Send out
It's time to send it. Give me the
Yeah,
passport.
send-
Send it to her and say, show up at this
Carry her to the
destination.
place.
Yeah, drive her there, that kind of thing. Like make sure that she gets it done. Because, and I'm saying this because you should know the woman. Like, there's no way this is the first time.
No, the fact that he was warning her
For
means
months,
he
and she,
knows.
exactly,
Means
she knows.
Yeah.
So you know. So like, I think, and then when you now get to that point where you're at the airport, my brother, you can't get on that plane by
The guy was literally cooking, and I told you so that we end this marriage. Look at this
As in,
guy.
it's not like
Get
that.
on
You
people,
can't.
everything.
That's too, it's
I
too
keep praying I
critical.
know.
Yeah. It's too critical.
I
You
know,
have to.
I know that you have worked hard. I know that it's
The guy
paying
did
you.
two jobs.
See,
But
bro,
that
that guy, yeah, nah.
The pain of losing money will always come back.
Yeah.
And that money that you are going to go and you don't want to lose is cheaper than divorce.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
fair.
Although they can annul, is that
So
fresh?
do we know what happened when he came back?
No, that was the end of the story. Maybe I'll tell.
There's a mental health institute right now or some shit.
No, but for real, like,
Yeah.
as a man, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, life as a man is 90% fighting against your own ego when you are with somebody, because it's like more logic or rationality says this
To be honest, I feel like sorry.
or says I'm right, but does being right actually better my life?
It
Probably
should.
not.
Sometimes,
It should.
though.
It should.
Sometimes it should. I feel
Sometimes
like,
But you will never win with logic.
okay, so here's the thing I want to add to this. I felt very, very different about it. And maybe that's what's killing me in this life. I feel like there has to be space for your emotions in a relationship as a man.
Oh
And I
yeah,
think-
100%.
I think a lot of women don't know how they contribute to men not being able to have space in the relationship for their emotions. And the honest truth is, we talk about mental health all the time. And we talk about like, oh, men die earlier than women. And they have all these like jokes about like, oh, men do dangerous things. But suicide is the leading cause of death amongst men.
Especially in our age group.
Another thing is women talk about like vulnerability and like, you know, being friends with your partner and all that good
everything.
shit, right? But it's hard for me to be friends with you if I don't feel like there's space for my emotions. Like
Emotions.
really friends with you if I don't feel like
Yeah.
there's space for my emotions in our relationship, especially when you are my partner, emotionally, physically, all of that, right? So if I can't share how I feel about certain things with you, where is that going to be? So you get a lot of the idea that like happy wife, happy life. Yeah, it's true. But you get a lot of men who are consistently like putting away how they feel about the situation
Yeah.
because are you as in maybe you're right too, but like winning this battle, how is it going to happen? How is it going to happen?
I actually have a story I can tell around this. Finish though.
Every small thing is too small to be an issue until it adds up.
Yeah.
And then you either have no more relationship in your marriage,
Yeah, go ahead.
no more relationship in your marriage, you resent your partner, or you have bottled up so many emotions that people don't know what you're going through and you can't share it with your partner. And all of a sudden you have a lot of men who are, you know, in a very, very terrible place. So I think you have to find, like, I think it's very important for men. It's normal for women to have, for there to be space for women's emotions in a relationship. It's fairly normal.
Yeah.
For a man, more than not, you have to fight for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's important sometimes that you fight for it because if there is no space for your emotions in a relationship, you will probably grow to, best case scenario, you will
Resent.
grow to resent your partner.
Yeah.
That's
Worst
the
case
word,
scenario,
resent.
you could die.
Like it's true.
R.I.P.
And I think
No, this guy is 24. This analysis you're giving.
But he's married.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
so
but
that's
it's-
the key.
yeah,
And
so-
you've been dating since, look,
yeah.
that 24 is different from your 24.
It's
That's why
very
I've been
different.
dating Zimbe for 9 years.
Yeah.
Well,
At 24, we're on the streets. You
Yeah.
know, it's very different.
Because-
It's consequences.
I don't even know where I was in 24.
But I feel
Because
like though,
he still has the responsibility
feel
of
like-
having
in fact, though.
yeah, that driving Uber is
Dubai in the snow, it pained him. It pained him.
Maybe even had an accident.
It was like where they in London we could have
like
gone
we're
to.
gonna be
We could have gone
Mauritius.
to. We could have gone somewhere in.
Yeah, Something Island,
We could
yeah.
have gone to all these places.
Cannes or whatever. But yeah,
That's Mauritius.
to your point, I have a
You man
direct.
said, me too, I like Mauritius.
That was funny because he said her dream. Kiddy boy he said, I'm going.
Come and do that.
I've been to her dream place.
I'm going to her.
I'll add it to my
That was
close friends.
that was the chance
Now when you dream about it, you see me there.
Hey, yo.
No, man, that's funny. But yeah, no. To what you said, like my most recent fight with my significant other, We don't fight
You
often.
have significant other.
Ooh,
Wow.
wow.
It's a new year. It's a
Wow.
new year.
Guys,
Yeah.
would you
I
look
use
at
off the
that?
market.
Name reveal is not there, but it's okay. But no, so
we're adding subtitles.
we were like, okay, let's get brunch. Usually, under normal circumstances, I drive us everywhere, right? I'm sure you guys can relate.
Yes.
But this January, she's had to get back home at like more convenient times because she had something to take care of at home. So she had been driving herself more so that like if she needs to go home, she can go home, right? So I was like, okay, we agreed to the beach for brunch. I call her, say I'm almost there. I always do that because I'll text her when I'm leaving my house because I'm like, okay, she's not good with her phone. I know this. This part of it, like you know how she's not good with charging it and she's not good with texting. So I texted her. Normally, if she's seen it, she would have replied.
Correct.
She lives about 30 minutes from me. 2 minutes to her place. I call. I'm almost there. Oh, like I just say I'm almost there. But in my mind, because she has to drive places for that reason, I don't want to go into it because it's like there's actually a real reason. But I assume she's going to meet me at the restaurant, which is really close to her place. Mm-hmm. Right. So I go there and I sit down. And I know how I am. Shola has lived with me. When it comes to getting to somewhere on time,
Nigga's always on time.
I will be like, I'll put pressure. And like, it's been a thing where it's like, oh, let's go. So I was like,
Always
I
on
decided,
time,
okay, I'm
bro.
not going to keep calling or texting her so that I'm not like overbearing
Pressuring her.
on
Yeah.
the time.
Because she has stuff to do.
That's how I end up sitting at the restaurant for 45 minutes. She has not come.
She hasn't replied.
So I now said, are you coming? I texted her, are you coming? She now waited like 5 minutes. She now said yes. I could tell that means she was running to her car. No, she said to the restaurant. And I said yes. She's like, she came. And then obviously I'm mad because I've been sitting in this restaurant for 1 hour, pretty
hour.
much.
Damn.
My hot chocolate, I've already finished it.
It's not hot
I
anymore.
love babes will be
First
like,
of all-
wow, this poor guy is being stood up. That's mad.
So when she comes, I'm
Yo, that's mad.
No, it wasn't anywhere like that.
Yeah, I'm joking.
It was a diner. But anyway, when she pulls up, I'm fuming because I'm like, what happened? First thing she said I was coming to pick her up. Okay, fine. I can see that. I acknowledge that, okay, I could have been more clear in where we were meeting. Fine. But I called you an hour ago to say I'm almost at your place. How come you didn't say, where are you?
Like I'm coming down or
Yeah.
I'm coming up or like, or if you didn't see me for like
You
10
didn't see me
minutes,
for 10 minutes.
you didn't call and say where you at, what's going on?
Have I died?
God beg. God
She
forbid.
said that,
Because
she
that's
was,
valid,
she
to
said
be
she was getting ready that she didn't realize the time had passed. I'm like, fine, time is relative. But
But 5 minutes is a lot of time.
Lots of time, bro. Related to what?
it's like you will roughly know when a certain amount of time has passed, in my opinion. Now, the whole point of this story was around like men's emotions, and I'm like, I'm obviously annoyed about what happened, and I wanted to talk it through right then and there because I don't want this to happen again. Because I thought this is one thing you can ever do to actually get me angry, and you know that. So it's like, but she on her side is like, I don't want to do this right now. We're in a restaurant.
Yeah, you're probably hungry too.
Yeah, we're in a restaurant. There's people around.
Oh my days.
I don't want to do this right now. I feel attacked. And so she's getting emotional. But I'm like, my emotions in this
Situation.
situation also matter. Like I need to talk through this now.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, oh, I'll have to swallow this and eat with you when I'm still angry with you. I'd rather just and my whole thing was I was not coming from a place of anger. Obviously, maybe my tone was a
You were
little
hungry. Yeah.
but I was actually coming from a place of trying to figure out why this happened so that it won't happen again. That's actually what I was trying to determine. But to her, it was like I was calm now. So it's like when we talked through it and then she was pushing back. Like I was like, oh, you're not even going to apologize. She's like, I don't have anything to be sorry for. It wasn't on purpose. I'm like, just because something is not on purpose doesn't mean you don't have anything to be apologetic for.
Yeah.
So after a while, she now said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I've also recognized that. Oh, when I feel pushed even though I'm actually sorry, I want to be like, I want to strong head and be like, I'm not sorry. You know what I mean? So, anyways, all that to say is like, we talked through it and then we came up to a middle ground where it's like, if there's an issue and one person needs to table it, let's acknowledge it first.
Then you can table
Then
it.
table it, then come back to it. And so we actually ended up with a very constructive conversation. But I feel like if I had just swallowed it and not said anything, first of all,
like what you said, bottled up.
I would have bottled it up. I would have been pissed all
What
day.
I'm also learning is that like I don't think your babe has as much strong head as like a normal Nigerian babe.
I didn't want you to say that. I didn't want you to say that.
She doesn't.
Because you swallow it. You swallow it.
I'm not gonna lie.
At that restaurant, you swallow it.
If it was me, I feel like for me, I'm forever. I have to be diplomat. Because there have been times when it's like, you're upset, I'm upset, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a diplomat. Oh, it exploded. It exploded. And so it's like, I have to be a diplomat. Now, I'm a Nigerian. You're a Nigerian. Possibly if I have a babe. If I have a babe, she's a Nigerian. And I'm like, I'll be a diplomat. But there are some times that I'm also going to be a dictator. If I have to be a diplomat when we're emotional, I'm going to be a dictator when we're logical.
Okay.
Bars.
So, like, that's the way it is for me. So it's like,
I like it.
So it's like, it's annoying though, but I also know that my personality, I now, like, some things just won't, unless there's direct disrespect, which she doesn't do. If it's just that she's upset at something,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, okay.
What about when you're upset?
When I'm upset,
What's your favorite food?
no, but when I'm upset, in the moment, because stuff like that has happened, and in the moment, I just have to be like, let me give you an example. One time, we're arguing. We're driving from Dallas to Houston.
Wait, the argument starts.
Before we reached that middle
45.
Buc-ee's.
Oh my
Before
God.
we reached Buc-ee's.
And it's.
So you spent 3 hours.
Not the Ennis Buc-ee's.
Oh,
the other
Buc-ee's.
Okay.
No, I don't go this room.
It was over, so it was,
like 2
and
hours.
it was like we've done this before. We were arguing, and I'm driving, and it's like
Yeah, I can't do that.
we're in
We'll
danger,
die.
and I'm like, there's no. So I was like,
You parked.
no, I didn't park.
Okay.
I said I will not react because we can't die. And the opposite has happened, where she was driving. And I was like, this cannot happen again. I have to be diplomatic. We almost died. We almost died multiple times. I just come in, I'm like, yay. And I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, we can talk about this later. And I was like, whoa.
Oh my God.
So me, I've learned, especially in the moments in public.
Yeah.
But later. Because I don't want to build resentment. I don't want to work hard and then die in my 50s. And then no, I want to enjoy it.
Right.
I'm spending all my money. My children should work.
Okay, I want to
I'm not dying early.
I want to piggyback off something like off this conversation, right? I want to say, like, I think sometimes I struggle with contradictions too much. Like it upsets me sometimes, right? Like you can't. I know that like I will build up resentment for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't refuse to create space for my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me to open up to you.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, wonder why I seem to be building up resentment when I do open up,
You shut it down real quick.
somehow your emotions.
Overrides.
They come, yeah.
Not overrides.
It's annoying.
Even when it's you that has
annoying.
a kidney.
It's
And
annoying.
I say this
Takes
because
priority.
I think it's hard because like I love women, but like at the same time, I don't think you people realize how difficult it is for a man in a relationship to have space for his emotions.
Yeah.
Like for your emotions to actually matter.
Yeah.
And not rational, it's not me being rational in this moment. It's not me being. It's not.
It's me being
It's me
emotional.
being-
Yeah,
I'm
I'm emotional.
Yes, I'm emotional.
But like I'm a human being, you have the full range of emotions.
Not to
You
start
have
crying, not to
moments
start
where
crying,
you're
though.
emotional. Like
Yeah,
Just start crying.
yeah. And I'm very lucky. I want to
crying
say
thing, I
that.
feel like you walk once or twice. After a while, you're
Like,
crying.
that's what
you're
you-
out.
Why you crying?
It has to be like,
I was in mind is don't cry, oh.
Popsy died.
Yeah, don't cry, oh. Don't cry too much.
Yeah.
Cry, but don't
No,
cry too much.
Like, if your dog dies, you have to
Cry,
don't- but like-
you have to.
80% of your tears, you have to hide and do it. You can only see 20.
Yeah, cry though. But
Even
don't
at
cry
20,
too
you're
much.
on the edge, you're bothering it, you're doing a little too much tearing. But like,
Yeah.
now there was a period where I was going through it. I used to just go and sit in the balcony and just be like, God, I feel like tears might fall from my eye, but I have to do this thing. If should in case anything happen, I have to do this thing outside because, And honestly, I just feel like it's the happy relationship. I think there's too much content online about how men can make their relationship happy.
Yeah.
Not enough about where women come in, because I think there's this narrative that like you are in a house, you cook for your husband, you do like the domestic stuff, right? And that is enough. The idea that like men just want peace, and to be honest, we want peace. But I think that's come from a place of where men have had to settle. Like this is what we will get. This is the best you can ask for. We can't be overly emotional because these people are also overly emotional. Somebody has to be rational in this household.
Yeah.
But all you have to look at is just like the statistics. Look at people around. Look at what's going on. You realize that like it's not having the effect we want it to have. The whole happy wife, happy life thing. One thing I've noticed is they keep saying that like our generation is not like putting a lot of effort into marriage. The marriages are ending. But if you actually check the numbers, it's a lot of older people who are now living their marriage. They've been married for 20, 30 years and they're now getting divorced because it is becoming more commonplace to not tolerate certain things in a marriage, right? And so it's like, clearly this happy wife, happy life thing hasn't been working.
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not working.
I mean, it's true, but
I think
Happy husband, sir.
you can make space for emotion. Whenever I see women talk about sassy men, a sassy man is just a man who is expressing his emotion and doesn't care if you don't make space.
Yeah.
He makes space for it. He forces it and then they call you sassy because that's the cost of vulnerability, right? Really, that's true. And for me, I think about it like even though you love your partner, I think about dating. Like I think about a man dating a woman, a lot of it is power dynamics, and so it's like, is my ego willing to give up this power dynamic for me to be more vulnerable? And I think the answer, whether they call you sassy or not, is yes, because if you're not sassy, you die at 45.
It sounds like a joke, but
It's like a joke, but you will die at 45. If you are sassy, you will live to be sassy and spend all your money. And that man not come and carry. That man move into my house. God forbid.
I don't want to pretend like it's easier because, like I said, like you have to fight to make space for your emotions in a relationship. You're not going to get it easily because, first of all, I think we even fight against it ourselves because we're not used to the narrative or the orientation that we have about men. There's not a lot of like how to understand your emotional
spectrum.
your emotions or your emotional spectrum, let alone how to express it and how to like navigate it, let alone with somebody else. And then women are also not used to having to understand and respect men's emotions, right? And that's why like you notice that like when we hear a lot about like being emotional or being vulnerable with your woman, it's always to the effect where somehow it serves that need for emotional connection with her.
Yes.
But not necessarily when it is uncomfortable for her. So you have to be able to take my emotions when it causes us to connect and be lovey-dovey, but you also have to take my emotions when it's uncomfortable for you because it's still my emotion. I still feel the way that I feel. And sometimes you are the cause of the thing. Like, you are the one that do the thing. Like, I'm upset because you're annoying
Something
me.
triggered it.
You understand what I mean? And like, there has to be space for all of that, to be honest. And so if you continue to bottle things in, man.
I want to say because I told a personal story. I'm very lucky. Just to put it out there, no, for real. Like honestly, You said it like based on what you can see.
I have 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one.
Let me shout out. Yeah, the most lovely person I've ever met in my life. Love you. Thank you. Bye.
Aww.
I want to say that, like, and should anybody like watch this episode, we're just speaking in general about like life and
Life.
everything. I think
Very general.
I think for all of us, for all the
What
people here
happened?
that may or may not have significant others,
Others.
we love you with all the love of with our hearts, of the Lord, of everything.
I'm dead.
The same thing she did, man.
Fix up, fix up whatever it is. I think even the ability to be able to talk about like needing space or creating space, oftentimes it comes from having someone who can create space for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're able to talk
It's
about
what we've
it.
seen.
Do you know what I mean?
Because
I
I feel
think
like we're experiencing that.
there's a lot of people that don't know what that looks like, that can't even understand the idea of like creating space. And because every little opportunity or every little thing they've tried, they've been shut down, and that general understanding that
There's no point.
men need to be strong
Yeah,
and
the-
rational. So you're just like, there's no point, and so you just put it down. But I think there's a need to like look into it and talk to somebody if you need to talk to somebody. Recently I've been advocating for therapy and like mental health.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
No, they didn't pay us.
It is not brought to you by Better, but it could be.
Yeah.
In the future.
Cut it in
We'll not
post.
cut it. Hopefully it's no longer editing.
No, but we're practicing
I'll
the
shoot
ad
out,
reads.
cut it. Okay, we're practicing. Yeah.
Natural ad reads.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
pending when our shooter resumes, I think we can keep
So
going for a
is
little
it-
bit so that we can.
Oh, okay. So
Or do we just want to-
one thing I was going to say
We
is
could
that
actually just start the next conversation if we remember the timestamp. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, you say what you want to say. Let me.
I mean, one thing I was going to say was to be charitable to women. A lot of women, and like we were saying, good partners actually want
He's
to.
downstairs.
They want to make room for you.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to do it because women don't understand men. In my opinion,
Vice
as well
versa.
as men understand women.
Oh, okay.
Or as much as men recognize that we don't understand.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes. I think
I agree with that.
men, we know we don't
first
know.
one.
But I think women
45
think they
minutes is
know.
always up, so 1 to 2.
Or they feel like the feelings are so strong that they think that's reality
just
for
like
everything. So I think that sometimes you have to, if you have a partner that's willing to listen and is trainable, it helps. Because that's what I have to find is that like I have to explain that like I don't process the world like you and your friends. First of all. First of all, so I think it just takes time.
And what effort, yeah.
So I think shout out to all the women that are trying. I know it's not easy. It takes time.
Men are annoying, I know.
Yeah.
Even like
Very
with,
annoying.
like we might be going back and forth and having difficulties and whatever, and it's not to say that like you're not trying. Even when you're trying, I think obviously there's always room for improvement and whatever. But like shout out to the women that are definitely making an effort, putting their back into it and trying to do better both for them, their partner, and their
Significant
kids. Honestly, you will thank God for it in your old age, because you get to a certain age when you become an empty nester. It boils down to the relationship that you have with your partner. And if you spend these early years not building that relationship, especially when you start to have kids, you pour that into your kids.
Yeah.
When those kids now go, the two of you will now be looking at each other, and at that
Who are
point,
you?
you're strangers.
Yeah, like, who are you?
So I think it's important to both ways, not just one, both ways. But yeah, man, guys, thank you. It's been real. This was not the idea initially, but we ended up talking about relationships, mental health, men surviving and not dying.
Plus America.
All that good shit. Plus
Tune into the
America.
Patreon for the actual planned topic.
Yeah, we're going to record another episode. If you want to find out what we're yarning, come
tuned.
to the Patreon. All right, thanks.
Love and lights.
Love and light.